Happy New Year and welcome back to California Cooking. A few changes over the holidays. We're in a new house. We had so much fun the last time. We thought we'd try our hand at another fixer-upper. Looking forward to sharing that whole journey with you. But coming up on today's show, here's what we have for you guys. It's a new year with some old favorites. LA has a new burger joint with all the classics you know and love, with a Michelin star chef no less, so you know there's gotta be a few gourmet twists. And then you can't have a burger without fries. Levi and I are making homemade French fries. Then this one's an oldie, but it is a goodie. Beef Storganoff, the perfect dinner any night of the week. And finally, we need to get in our greens this new year, so I'm making a satisfying kale salad. Let's start with a new burger spot in Venice. Chef David Myers is back in LA and has opened up Adrift Burger. Take a look at why you need to check this place out. Chef David Myers, I believe in dessert before dinner. This shake is crazy.
Awesome. Well, Jessica, I am with you on that.
So good. So how you doing?
Doing great today. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. So I didn't realize this, but you were the chef behind one of my favorite restaurants, Comme Ça. I used to go to Comme Ça
wow.
all the time. Comme Ça was one of my neighborhood places. But back in the day, the New York Times, I believe, called the Comme Ça burger, was it perfection? Is that what they called it?
They did. They said it was a perfect burger. I mean, that was incredible. Hard to top that.
I mean, that's the biggest break, because here's the thing about burgers. You know, especially in LA, it always turns into an argument about the best burger.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. I mean, I have my favorites.
Yeah.
My friends have their favorites. I mean, it's a hot topic. You need to have boxing gloves around.
Exactly. You're now started a burger pop-up joint that has really become more of a permanent fixture, could you say?
Yeah, it could be. I mean, you know, I was coming back from Asia, and we've always had this idea of doing a burger shop, you know, for many years. And Adrift is our main brand, and we have it in Tokyo and Singapore and soon in Delhi. So we just decided, since I'm locked down during this period, let's do it. I mean, you know, burgers make people happy. They're easy to do, although, you know, still, they got to be perfect. Otherwise, like you said, people go to war over, right? Pull out the boxing gloves. But we really wanted to do something fun that could get people back to work, you know, take over a space that was empty and give some jobs to some people. Absolutely. And, you know, make people smile a little bit. That was the goal.
But I'm sure many people said, what are you, crazy to open a restaurant now?
I said that. Not only everybody, but me too. You know, it could not be a more difficult time. I mean, it just could not, you know. But the fact that people still need to eat, the fact that the opportunity was there in terms of a space, the fact that I know that burgers make people happy, especially, you know, certain ones that we've done, I was like, let's just do it. Let's go for it. Let's be as careful as we can possibly be. And let's just keep it as simple as possible.
And I was reading that it's Tokyo-inspired burger bar.
We opened our first restaurant 8 years ago in Tokyo, and the burger was our #1 seller. I've always been inspired by Tokyo in general. It's one of my favorite cities. It's a place where you can walk and just happen upon the most incredible, cool little concepts, restaurants, bars, bookshops, coffee shops, what have you. So we wanted to create kind of a vibe like that sort of Tokyo style, and Abikini is such a great place to do it. It was a really fun way to just bring in a lot of talent that at the time, because of the lockdown, nobody was really doing anything, and just to all come together and put our creative juices, you know, to make the perfect cocktail. So we did.
Okay, and you are too sweet to have had all these wonderful things delivered to my house. So when you talk about the perfect burger, what makes the perfect burger?
It's simple and it has a point of view. So, you know, everyone has their take on a burger. Mine happens to be one that my mom made for me as a kid growing up. It's what we made the DM burger after, and your favorite burger, well, hopefully that you enjoyed. It's just super simple. It starts with a really great quality of beef. It starts with a brioche bun. And then we have a secret sauce that we do with our, you know, our lettuce slaw. And it's that simple. So to me, the perfect burger is simplicity. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Since then, we've created a few other ones. You know, we have the Adrift Burger, of course, which we created in Singapore. It's kind of a take on the melting pot of what Singapore's about.
Okay, so tell me what that one looks like.
Yeah, so that has the arugula coming out of it. You'll see a little bit of looks like a tomato jam. So we did this beautiful Ajwan tomato jam. Ajwan's a spice coming from India. A little bit of arugula, some pickled jalapeno, some Gruyere, and some Parmesan cheese. And it's just that sort of melting pot, that mix. So it's a bit of a global taste.
Oh my gosh. I don't want to be rude and taste them all as we go.
Eat away. I'm gonna have a little bit of my milkshake here.
Now this looks to be kind of your traditional cheese,
That's our classic.
lettuce, tomato, pickle, onion.
That's it. Yep. So that's the classic. So we made an incredible house sauce to go with it. It's our own version of it. And it's when I want just a classic burger, that's what I go to. So it's based on a 1940s old school style burger, which is my favorite.
With a burger, you gotta have fries.
And even better if they're handmade. So we handmade these, and the part here that's a bit adrift style and has that edge is the curry leaf that we add to it. So curry leaf, fresh curry leaf that's fried, adds a beautiful aroma to the fries.
I said this to you before we started. I go, this sauce is killer.
That is our Japanese barbecue sauce, and we serve it with our fried mushrooms. So growing up as a kid, when we would get burgers, they always had fried mushrooms with them, and that's what I loved. So I remember that as a kid. I made sure we had that on our menu.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Ohio, and I was born in Boston, and yeah. Oh yeah, is that right? Incredible.
Outside of Cleveland.
Okay, Cincinnati.
Last but not least, we've got the truffle grilled cheese. Which
yes.
is also
oh my gosh.
Nuts.
So that is our newest. It's not even on the menu yet. You just have to ask for it. But it's incredible. 3 types of cheese. We have a truffled provolone. We have Gruyere. We have an aged cheddar. We butter the bread up, and then we made a beautiful truffle puree.
Chef, it accidentally fell into my dipping sauce, and that was no mistake.
Does that work? I like it. I like the
Totally
way
works.
you do it.
So if people want to order to go, obviously they can pick up still.
Absolutely, yeah. We're on all the platforms, Chow Now and DoorDash, but they can also just order online through our website and come and pick it up. Very easy.
This milkshake's strawberry, which is a popular choice, but I heard you have some unusual flavors.
We have a matcha and white chocolate that is it'll knock your socks off. It's incredible. The beauty of the matcha, it's coming from Kyoto, so it's really a beautiful Japanese matcha tea. And then for the chocolate lovers, it's chocolate miso. And miso is basically, we make it like it's a caramel. So imagine like a chocolate caramel shake with some salted pretzels. I mean, do I need to say any more?
No, you don't. This is the best shake I've ever had, on top of the best burgers and that dipping sauce. You need to put that in a jar and sell it at the grocery store.
Yes, I do.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Chef, you're the best. Congratulations on your new place.
Thanks, Jessica. I really appreciate it. Great to be on today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care, okay?
Thanks. Come and see us.
Love to. Oh my gosh, was that good? And all I wanted to do was dip everything in that barbecue sauce. Well done, Chef Myers. Can't wait to visit Adrift Burger soon. Coming up, there's few things I love more than French fries, and Levi couldn't agree more, so we're frying some up. Then I'm making a kale salad with apples and pecans, but first, my recipe for beef stroganoff. That's coming up next. I love making dishes that remind me of my childhood. This beef stroganoff is one of those classics that my mom always made. Here's my take on it. We're going retro today. I'm doing a beef stroganoff, and I haven't had beef stroganoff probably since the late 80s, but my mom used to make it, and I loved it. And it's a classic. So why not give it a try? It's been a while. Cut this into bite size. I'm gonna get my cast iron skillet going on like a medium-high heat. Because I'm gonna cut off, if there's any real fatty bits, I'm gonna get rid of that. This is a clean hand, so I'm gonna hit it with some salt, good amount of salt. Now my cast iron skillet is, you want it to be hot because you want to get a good sear on the meat. You want it to get nice and brown. I'm gonna put just a touch of olive oil, some pepper. And you don't want to crowd your pan. Make sure everything has room. egg noodles. This is your classic stroganoff, the wide egg noodles. So first, I'm gonna take my steak bites out. They're nice and browned. I'm gonna turn that off for a second while I cut up my onion. Okay, we'll get a half an onion in there. Onion going in, and if you need to, add a little more olive oil, and then season every layer. So salt, olive oil, and about a medium heat. And look how they pick up all the brown from the steak. We're gonna do the mushrooms. And I have baby portobello, and the way I clean my mushrooms, so you just take a paper towel, dry, and you just wipe off any dirt, and that's it. And we're gonna cut up our mushrooms. So these are going in with my onions. You wanna get them nice and brown, just like your steak. And keep adding more oil if you need them. Mushrooms soak everything up, so if you need a little more olive oil. Our mushrooms are just about cooked. I'm gonna chop up 2 to 3 cloves of garlic. You don't want your garlic to burn, so I'm gonna add it in when things are almost done cooking here. Garlic in, stir that around. Oh yeah, this is what you want. The mushrooms are nice and brown on the edges. And then my water's boiling, so I'm gonna get the egg noodles in. I'm gonna put a big pinch of salt in. You wanna flavor your water. And these cook quick. These are 5 to 6 minutes. So in those go. Let's turn the heat down just a tad. To my mixture, I'm gonna add some flour because I'm gonna wanna thicken the sauce, and we're gonna wanna cook out the raw flour taste, so stir that around. To that, some beef stock broth. I'm gonna stir that around. This is where we start getting the sauce. To flavor our sauce, a little Dijon. I would say a teaspoon and some Worcestershire, just to give it all this deep kind of flavor. A couple of glugs of that. Turn it down, and then let's stir this all together here. And we're basically done. Now we're just waiting for the pasta and then the sour cream. Now the sour cream, I'm gonna turn the heat off because it could, if you boiled the sour cream, it could break and curdle and ruin your sauce. All right, I'm gonna turn this off and I'm gonna add the sour cream. I'm going to do a good amount because I love sour cream. And we just stir it in. Steak back in. Pasta's done, right into my pan. I'm gonna let everything just come together for like a minute. Let the noodles soak up the sauce. We're done. My last touch is some fresh dill. You could do parsley, chives, but I love dill, and I just think it works so well with sour cream and all those flavors. Okay, here goes. Tastes like the 80s. But in a good way. That dish is so good. I don't know why I haven't had it since the 80s. It's the perfect weeknight meal. Coming up next, Levi and I are making homemade French fries. Then I'm mixing up a kale salad with crisp apples, crunchy pecans, and roast chicken. Is there anything better than a side of fries? I don't think so. For me, all about the crispiness and the dip, of course. So Levi and I getting in the kitchen making homemade French fries. What are you eating?
Chives.
What do they taste like?
They're spicy.
You know what we're gonna make?
What?
I'm gonna make us homemade French fries. How much do you love French fries?
Really much.
Me too. We've got russet potatoes that I have peeled. I cut some of the potatoes, some of the rounder edges off. It helps you get more stick-like French fries. So I have some water here, and after we cut them, Levi, we're gonna throw them in the water because the water helps pull out the starch and you get a crispier French fry. So we'll let those soak for a little bit. And while they soak, let's make our sauce, our dipping sauce. Now, normally I like to do ketchup and mayo. Not everyone likes the ketchup and mayo thing, but I really do. So I'm gonna make a homemade ranch. Do you like ranch dressing?
Yep.
Sour cream, yogurt, which is labneh, which I love. Labneh. I never know how to say it right, but it's a yogurt that I love to use, and some good old mayo, which I have very little left. And these are three things. Anytime I make a creamy kind of a sauce, I always use those three things if I can, because I don't know, it's just, if it was just mayo, it wouldn't work for me, but mixing those three things gives you a good sauce. Let's add some of these chives. Chives going in, and some fresh thyme. Let's peel off the little leaves on the thyme. Chopping up our thyme. Thyme goes in, some parsley, some fresh parsley. Parsley. A splash of red wine vinegar.
I want to put some
How about add a pinch of salt?
in. Yay.
Just a pinch. Start with a pinch, a bigger one. Let's go bigger. Now some garlic powder. That's easier right now. Stir it up. Here, Levi, let's taste our dressing.
I'm going to eat a big bite.
What do you think? I think it's good. Okay, ranch done. I'm going to, these maybe you could have soaked for a little longer, but I really want some French fries, so I think we should drain them. Your job is going to be to dry our French fries, because if we were to put those in hot oil, we'd have a real mess. Don't lose any. I have a baking sheet with some paper towel because we're doing the double fry, so they're extra crispy. There we go. We got bubbles. Got bubbles. Get these going.
It's so bubbly.
Now we wait. See how they're kind of like, so that means they've cooked. Okay, you ready? They're going in. Once they come right out of there, you want to get them with some nice, flaky, kosher salt. I'm gonna bring them over. I'm gonna put them on our plate. What do you think of the fries?
Yum.
What do you think of the ranch?
Yum.
We polished off those fries in no time. Now on to something healthier, but still really delicious. I mix up a kale salad, but it's chocked full of yummy ingredients. Take a look. Maybe you guys are like me, you're trying to eat healthier in the new year. I'm not saying healthy, but healthier, which is always a mission for me in January, maybe to eat more vegetables. And I'm gonna make a salad with kale, and same thing, kale really good for you. And just easy, store-bought rotisserie chicken, or if you have some chicken you wanna throw in here, it would be good with really anything, bacon. I had a salad recently that had blue cheese and apple and pecans in it. And so I'm gonna kind of do a riff on that. And to my kale, kale's a little bit time consuming. You gotta wash it all, and then I take the stems, which I don't love to eat, and I just pull the leaves off. So you get beautiful leaves, no stems. And sometimes I chop it to make it a little faster. So I'll chop up my kale, and I have 2 heads of kale here. I'm also gonna get, I think a little celery would be nice. So I have some celery, my handy little mandolin, which is very dangerous because it's so sharp. Celery goes in. And then to that, I'm gonna get my dressing going and get this dressed before I add everything else. I think a mustard vinaigrette is nice. About a tablespoon of mustard, good pinch of salt, lemon. Let's do a half a lemon and see if that's enough. Let's do some honey. Just a drizzle of honey to add a little sweetness. So let's mix the mustard, the lemon, the honey, just a splash of red wine vinegar, and then really good extra virgin olive oil. And this is how it emulsifies. You mix and you pour. So I'm gonna get this onto our kale now. And just let this soften the kale, because kale can be a little tough. Just coat all your kale leaves to our kale. We're gonna add the yummy stuff. Let's do some apple. So I have a Honey Crisp apple here. Leave the peel on and just cut it into a little chop. Apple goes in. Chicken. Just some leftover rotisserie chicken. Chop that in. Some blue cheese. You could buy crumbles, but I got a little block here, and I'm gonna take a couple of forks and just, you know, I like it this way. Sometimes when you get the crumbles, they put things in there like additives to keep it crumbled, and to avoid that, I just got the block of blue cheese. Blue cheese going in, avocado. It's good to probably hit it with a little lemon, because this can turn brown really quickly. So can the apples. Avocado going in. Okay, last thing, pecans. And they have to be toasted, because they will taste so much more flavorful if you toast your pecans. Maybe a 1/4 cup. When you start to smell them, just before they get dark on you. Okay, pecans going in. And we're done. Look at that. Who wouldn't want that for dinner? That salad is so good, and it doesn't feel like you're missing out on anything. For all the recipes we showed you today, you can follow us on Instagram at KTLA California Cooking. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you guys next week.
Vegetable oil.
No, don't aim her.
You're killing those French fries.
This French fry is dead. It's gonna go to heaven in my poop, in my belly.
We didn't leave any for Daddy.
He's gonna be mad.